Are you an INFP who's struggling with loneliness? Maybe it's this feeling of being isolated by yourself, stuck in this dark room or this pit of despair or something like that, and you can't see a future for you. You don't know the right way to go. You can't take a step forward. Well, if that does sound like you, then stay tuned. This video I'm going to help you out. What's up, Game Changers? Sherman here from Geek Psychology, helping you find your true character and level it up so you can play life better. So except for that cheerful bird tweeting outside, he's not tweeting, but could be a girl. I don't know. Except for that bird, this is kind of a bit of a more somber video. And it's because I wanted to explain about loneliness and my experience with it, especially for INFPs who seem to have this endless struggle with feeling different from everybody else. And this is a common thing for intuitives as well, this feeling of being unlike the rest of the world, being alien in some way and not feeling like we are in the same context as a lot of people. I've lived in Japan for a long time, which I came with two good friends on a program. They became good friends through the program. And so I've lived with one or two of them for most of the time. There was a situation where I was living in Korea with one of them. We were there for about a year. And I finished my contract early and left and moved back to Japan. And in that time, I was by myself. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have anybody really to relate to. This was back before smartphones. This was back in the day in 2007. And it was a difficult time. I was living with my boss, my new boss, who I didn't know, in this spare room. I had nobody to connect to. I had no way of bridging any of those gaps. Everybody that I did know that lived in that city had work, had normal lives that they went back to after I had been gone for several years. And it was a very difficult time. I broke up with my girlfriend in Korea when I moved to Japan. And, I was like, this is the end. I'm going to be lonely forever. I'm going to be by myself for the rest of my days, however many of those I have. And it was just this like weighing feeling of, which kind of sounds strange. It was a weighing feeling, but it was also combined with feeling like I'm stuck in this pit. This empty world around me that I'm just by myself. And it's dark. It's kind of scary. I'm just gonna sit here and rot away. It's kind of the feeling that it had. And you can look up, you can be optimistic, and yet there's nobody there to give you a hand to help pull you out. You gotta claw your way out or run around in circles and get nowhere. And so it was hard. And even though when I did make friends, there's always been this distance from a lot of them. Not all of them. But, living in Japan, living in a foreign culture where I am a foreigner here as well. Despite speaking Japanese, I'm different. I'm different from most people here. And despite my rather calm and collected nature, could be a collective nature, I suppose, too. Despite that, I still never felt like I was able to bridge that gap of, we're just two people. It doesn't matter where we're from. It doesn't matter what's going on. Like, we're two people, and we're both going through similar things. Linguistically, I couldn't express it. And also, in terms of feelings and understanding yourself and being able to communicate that even in your native language, it's not an easy thing to do. And in my efforts of trying to figure out how I can connect to somebody else in this world, to have a deeper connection with them, I started studying personality type. I originally actually started making my own system. I was like, this person's kind of like this, and this was related to games, right? This person's kind of like a warrior. This person's kind of like a warlock or a shaman or something like that. Just because that was my reference point for understanding people. And then I was tuned into MBTI, Myers-Briggs, as well as the cognitive functions at the same time, pretty much. And instantly my mind felt like it expanded, and I learned more about myself as well as other people. But the key there is I learned about myself. I learned that I was not playing to my strengths. I learned that I was creating a lot of these problems in my life by not accepting who I am, by feeling extremely lonely inside and yet not opening up some of that vulnerability, not embracing other people. The expectations were there, and yet it never happened. And even if it possibly might have happened, I probably wasn't aware of it. I shut a lot of people out, and then I felt lonely inside. It's like going back to that metaphor of being in this pit of despair or loneliness. And people are offering their hand, people are offering support and not taking it, and then feeling bad for myself that I'm just stuck in here by myself and hoping somebody else would be there with me. It's a whole bunch of contradictions. Like, who else would want to join in that pit, in that hole? It's dark, it's dank and musty. Nobody wants to go in there. That's kind of what triggered me to understand that, something I've talked about before in another video, that I'm not a rogue. I'm a healer. I'm a priest. Switching the frame that I was using for so long to keep myself protected and safe into actually understanding more about my strengths because I had learned about them. I gained more language around these things. I understood that introverted feeling, for example, is weighing and balancing on this scale of like and dislike and hate and love, and going deep into my values, and actually then gaining techniques around that and finding out how to elicit those values from myself and attach words to them so I can communicate them and understand the kinesthetic feeling of when I am following my values and when I'm not following my values. It was a lot of work, and there was a lot of technique and training that I needed to go through in order to put myself in a position where I was strong enough, capable enough to either accept support from other people or climb my way out and embrace other people and show that vulnerability, which has given me so many benefits in my life. It was a hard switch, very hard switch, but it happened through studying personality type. It happened through learning this framework, which is, it's just a framework, it's just a model, right? It's a way of understanding these patterns of interactions and consciousness and behaviors and things like that, and then attributing that to other people as well as myself so I can understand these interactions, so I can have a leg up on how to talk to people. There were other techniques that had to go in there. I had to do it. I had to push myself. I had to learn about seduction, about how to talk to people, about how to build rapport more quickly. And it wasn't just a one-time thing. It's not like I read this book, now I'm good, I got it all taken care of. It doesn't work like that. You can't go to the gym once and just be ripped, right? You can't leave the adventurer's inn and then instantly slay the first dragon that you see. You're probably going to get your butt beat. You got to do the little quests. You got to gain experience in whatever it is. And even with loneliness and gaining more friends or feeling more comfortable with other people, feeling bonded and connected with other people. It's a trial and error experiential thing. Putting in the time, putting in the effort, accepting that things don't always go perfectly. But whatever happens, you're going to get some feedback and you're going to learn from it. And if you have the tenacity, then you can keep going. If you know that you can cope and that you can acclimate to whatever happens, then you can do it and you can push yourself and you can be vulnerable when it's time to be vulnerable and use that as a strength. So that's something that really helped me. It's initially just learning personality type, learning the system that you're probably into if you're watching these videos, and then taking actions with it to challenge myself, to challenge who I am, what I know about myself. And through doing that, I created this more expansive version of myself. Like I had always kind of dabbled in supporting people, but it was more of like, now I'm this overflowing fountain of love and care for other people. And I can do that. I can support them now and heal them. I just wanted to give you some of my story, my journey of going through loneliness and feeling like I'm never going to have anybody in my life again, to living a wonderful life where I have a wife and a kid and a beautiful daughter. And I get to connect with people like you on the internet and give some sort of support and motivation throughout your days and weeks and life. And it all started through learning the system, through getting to that point of like, okay, I just got to do something, and taking the action to learn the system and then to implement and to test myself within it. So what's your next step? What are you going to do? How are you going to get over this loneliness? How are you going to climb out? Or are you going to accept the support of other people? What are you going to do to challenge yourself to grow into a better version of who you could be? So think about the you in the future who is not lonely, who is bonded with another person, who is happy every day that they get to wake up and love and live a life of serving, of connecting with other people, of living out your passions. And then ask that future version of you, what did you do to get us to this point? What are you doing daily that's maintaining this positive aspect of life instead of what I've been doing, which is maintaining this issue of loneliness? And then, as I've said before, you got the goal, you have all the obstacles, you have all the opportunities explained out through there by talking to the future version of yourself. So what's the difference between where you are now and where you want to go? And start implementing those changes. It's going to be hard, but it's definitely worth it. So I hope that this video helped, and if it did, please give me a like, share it to somebody who you think it'll help. Don't keep Geek Psychology a secret. And if you haven't, subscribe. If you want some personal one-on-one coaching, if you're struggling with something like this, or you just want to live a better life, you want some more accountability, or you want to use your personality type better, get over that procrastination, whatever it is, you have these big dreams that you're trying to figure out how you can implement, go to geekpsychology.com and sign up for a coaching session. You can go to a clarity session, it's a one-on-one free session where we can figure out if we're a good match for each other. You know, and either way, you're going to get more clarity on who you are and what you want, and leave with an action step that's going to help you get closer to your goal. If you want more INFP videos, check them out over here. If you want some relationship videos, over there. Keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace.